Hello there, our most esteemed viewers on this favorite mathematics YouTube channel, Mathematics by Abuzeno. That special channel created for you and I to come together to demystify mathematics and tackle the age-long phobia associated with this all-important subject, mathematics, one topic at a time. I wish to appreciate you for staying tuned and being our loyal viewers. Today, we are continuing in our streak of the topic, sequence, and series, which we have been having for the past few videos. In the previous videos, we have looked at the concept of sequence and series, the difference therein, examples of sequence and series, and emphasis on two particular ones that are concerned in O level, and that is arithmetic progression, popularly called AP, and geometric progression, popularly called GP. So the last few videos have been focusing on particularly the AP, and we have looked at questions on the application of the formulas for the nth term of an AP. We take it a notch higher rather by concluding today on AP via looking at the sum of the first n terms of an AP. I enjoy you to sit back and let's have fun mathematically. So, when we talk of the sum of the first n terms of an AP, we basically have two formulas in mind, which are on the board. The first is the sum of an AP Sn is given as n over 2, bracket 2a plus n minus 1d. On the other hand, we also have the sum of an AP Sn equals n over 2, bracket a plus l. The question arises, when do we apply which formula? Okay, if you have the first formula, we are interested in only the first few mentioned terms. For example, we have a class of 22 pupils. We are asked to get the ages of all the 20, but we are interested in summing up the ages of the first 5 serially. So we are adding the age of number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. We are only concerned about the first 5. That is when we apply the first formula. We need to get the sum of the first mentioned terms of the sequence. If on the other hand, we are required to generate or to get the entire sum of the whole lot, the entire sequence, from the first to the last, that's where this formula applies. Because A stands for first, L stands for the last term. So without much ado, let's look at examples on how to apply both formulas. Question 1 says, find the sum of the first 35 terms of the sequence 1, 9, 17, and so on and so forth. This shows that 35 is not the entire number of terms, but we are concerned in only the first 35 terms. Then again, I've always been emphasizing on this in my previous videos that the examiner necessarily will not tell you the type of sequence you are dealing with. The onus is on you to actually identify what type of sequence is the one we are dealing with in question. So, the safe proof test is to always carry out subtraction if you are dealing with AP. So if I say 9 minus 1, 8, 17 minus 9, also 8, that necessarily tells us we are dealing with an AP, because that AP because is common difference, which is only unique to AP. Hence, we list our parameters. A is 1, common difference is 8, and in this case, n is 35. Given right there in the question. So with A, G, and n given, we are going to apply the first formula because there's no last tag here. Then we have Sn equals n over 2, bracket 2a plus n minus 1 times d. So we have that, we have S 35, meaning sum of the first 35 terms equals n again. So anywhere I see n, I replace or substitute the 35. Bracket 2. A is 1. Then 35 minus 1 times d is 8. So you have 35 over 2. Bracket 2 plus this 34 times 8. So we multiply 34 by 8 and add by 2. And then multiply by 35 over 2. We are going to end up with the answer 4795 as the sum of the first 35 times of that sequence, particularly AP. And that's the end of that solution to that. It's not that complicated. So without much ado, let's take to question number 2 and see how that plays out. For number 2, we are simply asked to compute. Here we have 52 plus 50 plus 48 plus up to plus 4. Then that's a typical interesting question, exam question. We are just given 52, 50. Of course, we should know this is not a sequence. This is a series, but doesn't change the formulas. So what makes this question different from the previous one was that we had the first and we had the last time, because we have a full stop there. That's the end. That's the last time. So listing now, we have A is 52. Is it an AP? We know easily. 50 minus 52 is minus 2. 48 minus 4, 50 is also minus 2. That means it's an AP really. Then L, the last time is 4. But what is N? We don't know. Note that in both formulas, N features, so there's no way we can't get N. And that's our first headache here. How do we get N? So we are quickly going to recall from the formula for N times an AP. That's what? UN equals to what? A plus N minus 1A. I remember in our very first video, or second video thereabout, that UN doubles as the nth term as well as the last term. So in this question, we're going to apply the last term. So that means L being the last term is also the nth term. You simply say 4 equals A, 52 plus N minus 1. And D is minus 2. So we have 4 equals to 52 minus 2N plus 2. So 4 equals to 52 plus 2 is 54 minus 2N. So when you correct terms, plus 2N is 54 minus 4. So 2N is actually going to be 50, making our N to be 25. So we have gotten N, which is the last piece of the formula we need. N, we can simply say, okay, using the formula, Sn equals N over 2 bracket A plus L, because we have the first and the last time. We simply say, in other words, we are getting the sum of the 25, entire 25 times of that AP. So we have 25 over 2. The first time is 52, and the last time is 4. So you have 25 over 2. So 52 plus 4 is 56. So we multiply that 25 by 2 in 56, that's 28. So 25 times 28, we're going to have 700. And that basically is the sum of the first 25 terms of that sequence. It's an AP. And finally, we look at the third question here. Now, we told you that the sum of the second and the 10th terms of an AP, that's arithmetic progression, is 34. Hence, find the sum of the first 11 terms of the sequence. Okay, this is a very interesting question, very, very interesting really, very brief indeed. So again, let's start from the known. We are told that the sum of the second and the 10th term is 34. So that means we have the second term, that is U2 plus U10 is 34. What's U2 in formula? Remember, previously we used A plus A. U10, A plus 9D. So in this case, you're not necessarily using the formula for sum by AP really. Because they didn't say sum the first. They just said second, isolated, and 10th. So here we have A plus A, 2A, d plus 9d, 10d is equal to what? 34. That is what you can derive from that statement. Now the second and the 10th, when you add up the sum, you're going to get 34. We keep that. We now have to find the sum of the first 11 times. So look at that now. First 11 times. So you're going to have the formula Sn equals n over 2 bracket 2a plus n minus 1b. So for sum of the first 11 times, that will be 11 over 2 bracket 2a plus n is what? 11 minus 1b. Hence you have 11 over 2 bracket 2a plus 10d, which is our 11 minus 1. Interestingly, the content of this bracket is exactly what is the rectangle here. 2a plus 10d is 34. So simply put, I just have 11 over 2 times 34 directly. So we don't have to look for a and d separately. These are some of the critical thinking questions in the exams. Because when you have a and d, you might want to be thinking simultaneous questions that you have to get a and d separately. You don't have to. So what you need to do is, okay, I have 2a plus 10d in the first statement. I just leave that answer, which is 34, and substitute it. Hence I have 11 times 17, because 2 in 34 is 17. Hence I have 187 as the answer there. And that's it. That's pretty much the solution to that question. And with that, we come to the end of our video lesson on the sum of an AP. I believe you found this series very interesting, as much as I did, and fun. If you do, please don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and ultimately put on your buttons so that you're first to know when our next video is dropped, which I look pretty much forward to, and that is geometric progression or exponential sequence, or popularly GP. Stay tuned and stay blessed.